Hey everybody! If you want to let me know if you can hear me in the comments, that would be huge. I am so excited to do this little live stream. I just want to make it very clear, this stream is not sponsored by anybody. I am just doing this on my own. I was just really curious to see how mRotoAI compares to After Effects and DaVinci Resolve and all that stuff. So it's going to be a fun time. Happy that you are all here. Let me know again if you can hear me. I have a different setup right now. You'll notice, well, actually, it's focusing on my microphone right now, not my face. So I'm actually working on an FX30 to film the live stream because I needed the USB-C functionality. It's not my usual lens, so it's not as cinematic, but you know, it gets the job done. And I'm actually routing into a M2 Max Studio so that we can hopefully get as much performance out of these different apps as possible. Loud and clear, says Richard. Let's see if I can pop a comment up there. There it is. So, yep, I don't know. That autofocus is being funky, but luckily, we're not going to be really focused on my face. So we're going to be taking a look at the computer screen. Now, there is one big, massive elephant in the room, and if I was editing, I would put an elephant behind me using mRotoAI or something. A lot of people are really, really frustrated with the fact that Motion VFX went to a subscription. And I just want to clearly state my personal position on this. I 100% understand the frustration about it. I understand people feel like they've given so much money to Motion VFX. Why would they do this? But here's the deal. Okay, this is why I made the video in the first place on the channel. So I originally, when they emailed me, and I heard that it was a subscription, I immediately wrote back and was like, hey, subscriptions, that's a no-go in our world, okay? People for Final Cut Pro hate subscriptions. I know that very clearly. I personally am not a fan of subscriptions. I don't know anybody that is. However, I wrote that. I told them that I wasn't going to make a video just due to that fact. But they responded. They're like, hey, that's okay. You know, we want you to stay true to your brand. I went ahead and I decided to give Motion VFX a shot and just see, okay, what are they providing in mRotoAI that's worthy of a subscription, if I can speak. And I was so blown away by how well made these tools were. I specifically, actually, the M Tracker Surface with the mesh mode, it melted my mind how well it worked, and it opened up a world of possibilities because these are things I constantly rely on inside of After Effects. And if I can stay inside of Final Cut Pro, my happy place, and if I can keep working on the tools that I know and love so well, that's a huge win for me. So I started using the tools and I realized, okay, I do need to make this video because this tool is so cool for my specific workflow. And that's something people need to consider. Do you consistently need to be masking out stuff? Do you consistently need to be surface tracking? If that's the case, it's an easy buy for this subscription. It's frustrating. I get it. We've all spent money on mTracker 3D. We've all spent money on mPuppet and mFlare, all those things. And I think there's a better way for Motion VFX personally to handle that. I think that they should at least offer, 3 months free for each plugin you have that's part of that package or something along those lines. I'm not running their business. I don't know their overhead. I don't know any of that. But what I do know is that they made a really, really good plugin, and that in and of itself should be celebrated, and that they've really shown some amazing innovation in the Final Cut Pro space. That said, I know there's people that are mad at me, calling me a shill for having sold this plugin on my channel, but just know I would not sell this plugin if I didn't actually believe that it was just an absolute game changer. So hopefully that clarifies a little bit of my position, as like it kind of transformed me from going, okay, no subscription, to going, wow, the possibilities of what Cine Studio can do in the future is very exciting. And in fact, when my little trial period with Motion VFX runs out, I will be subscribing. I might even have to purchase a secondary license, I'm considering, because I have my brother editing for me and I want him to have access to these tools as well. So I'll be out of that money as well. I fully understand everybody's frustration. I hear it and I agree with you. Hopefully Motion VFX can reconsider some of the aspects of how this whole subscription thing works, and we can all kind of come to a happy medium. That said, I want this to be a really fun stream. I want you guys to have fun in the comments and stuff, so I wanted to get that out of the way. This is not sponsored. This is just a fun stream. Let's all hang out and have fun. You can call me names behind my back. That way I don't know. So anyway, thank you for listening to that long... Wow, that was a long rant. That was too long. 6 minutes. So let's go ahead and take a look at this. And, did it? Let's see, it froze. Let's see if it froze. I don't know if it froze. Hopefully it didn't. Let me know if it's frozen for you guys, and we'll keep on plugging through. So let's see if this works. All right. This is the first time I've done this setup where I'm plugging a Mac Studio into my streaming setup on my MacBook Pro, so I hope everything goes smoothly. It does look like there's a little flickering here and there with the screen. I'm not sure why, but we're going to do the very best that we can. So I thought let's go ahead and take a look, starting off with mRotoAI, and just see what it can do. It is frozen. Uh-oh. People are saying it's frozen. Oh no, it's frozen. Here, let's see if I can fix it. Okay, it's nope, not frozen on my end. Okay, so hopefully we're good. Okay, I did an internet speed test and it says we're running at almost a gig right now. So hopefully we've got a good connection here. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at this first shot. Now, I have not really played around with these shots. I don't know the results we're gonna get. I just wanted to try and make it so we can, you know, explore it together. I did do a very subtle test specifically in DaVinci Resolve because I don't know how to use the magic mask, so I needed to learn. So yesterday I did a little bit of a test there, but hopefully we can explore these together. So let's go ahead and take a look at this first shot. I have a feeling this first shot's going to be easy. There are clean lines, there's contrast, but let's take a look here. mRotoAI, we'll go ahead and apply that on, just like so. And this is what I love about mRotoAI. It's so easy. Anybody could do this. You could have, you know, your 90-year-old grandma editing using mRotoAI because it's just so simple. You just got this little square here. I just click and drag over what I want to cut out. We'll go ahead and do this little show, and we'll cut out all these buildings right here. So I don't know how well this will work, but we'll try it out. So we've done that. We can clearly see what we've got going on here. I'll go ahead and just draw up in there, clean that up, maybe clean up this edge a little bit. That's looking pretty good. So we've got all of these buildings in place. Hopefully I don't got breakfast in my teeth here. And we can go ahead and just go to our tracker and we'll track forward. And let's just see how these buildings track. It's so fast. It's ridiculous. Again, this is on an M2 Max Mac Studio, so we do have some boosted performance here. Raphael's saying this is a better option than Boris FX's subscription. That's true. Boris FX does have a lifetime license, but I agree that I like this better in a lot of ways. It's just simpler, cleaner, faster to use. So we're done. That shot is rotoed out, right? So, and it looks like it did a pretty solid job. I can maybe clean up the edge up there, but that's looking pretty good. So we could change this over to masked video and just see how these buildings are looking. That's looking great. Looks like we got a little bit too much here in the back. So I think I can go to the eraser mode. Can I just clean that out there? And I might need to retrack backwards a little bit. Perfect. And we could track forward a little bit, clean that up. So it's just very easy to use mRotoAI. I'm just blown away at how simple they made it. And if I wanted to, I could, you know, duplicate this shot. We could delete mRotoAI on the background shot, and we could sandwich some text in here, right? Or you could use mTracker 3D or something. So I'll go ahead and drop that text in. And unfortunately, my mic, maybe I need to move the mic over here because I'm turning away more than normal. So yeah, we've got this text going in behind the building. Very simple and easy. Again, you could just track that with mTracker 3D, which is included in Cine Studio and stuff like that. So that's super cool. I'm not going to do this elephant shot yet. I want to do the shot with this woman first because I think this is going to be an easier showcase. And then I think this elephant one's going to be tough. So I think it'll be a good showcase. Let's see. So, let me scroll through and make sure I'm not missing chats. Dylan, hey, thank you guys for stopping by. I'll pop up a few of these on, there we go. All good here. Okay, we're good. All right. It's hard to read the chat and look away. So, okay, so we've got the secondary shot here. Again, I'll just apply mRotoAI. I think this one's going to work well because it's a person and AI is getting good at seeing people. So let's go ahead and we'll just select her, just draw around, and it's, again, so easy that Richard's grandma could do it. She's left the building though. So we've got that going, and we could change the precision over to accurate. Let's see what that does. It'll clear the path. Let's try it. Because there's more options here, right? So we can get a really accurate track if we need to at the expense of extra power going out. So we've got that. We'll clean up this bottle here a little bit, maybe get that hand, and so on and so forth. Okay, so that's looking pretty solid. Let's go ahead and see how the tracker does with this. It's going. Hey, that's looking really solid. It's getting the water bottle. It's picking up our woman here walking through. Even the grass is doing a pretty solid job. So this would take me so much time to hand roto. It's ridiculous. And so I was consistently needing to go over to After Effects to get any sort of traction with this, right? I was using Rotobrush if I needed to cut somebody out. And that's great. The cost is almost the same. The problem is I hate leaving Final Cut Pro because I am a way faster editor if I'm just locked in, right? I'm staying in my project. I'm not going to other apps. If I can stay inside of Final Cut Pro, I'm going to be a way faster editor. And that's why I'm constantly publishing tools from Motion over to Final Cut, because I don't even want to necessarily jump into Motion if I don't have to. So there we go. We've got this roto job done. Let's go ahead and we'll change this over to masked video and see how that's going. And that's pretty stunning. There's a little bit going on here with the backpack. Maybe we can get that. Let's see if that'll work. I don't want to grab that much. There we go. And a little handy tip, you can push Option and click to erase. So you don't have to select your erase tool here. So we could go ahead and track that forward and see if that gets that. There we go. Yeah, it's just like, it's nabbing it. At least that's what it appeared to do. So pretty amazing. Again, we could duplicate the backdrop or we could drop in. Let's go to my minimalist backgrounds here in my, oh wait, I'm on the different computer. Haven't installed those yet, so I don't have those. But maybe we can find another background. Dynamic backgrounds from Apple. Here we go. And there we go. We've got this beautiful psychedelic thing going on here. Very quick and easy, and I could probably get way more in depth with the actual tracking. So it's very fast, very simple. Now, the one I'm curious about is this elephant. Let's go ahead and take a look at this elephant. I don't know if this is going to work because the shape of the elephant is peculiar. There's a lot of different details going on in the backdrop. It's got some 3D perspective shift on this elephant as it walks around. So let's go ahead and see how that looks. I'm going to change this. I think we want accurate again on this because we want to get this tusk. And something I would love, Motion VFX, if you're ever watching this stream, is the ability to change my brush size. So we'll go ahead, circle this around just like so. Kind of just do a little elephant shape. And this makes you a gifted artist because you can, look at me, I can draw an elephant now. We'll go ahead and get that ear. And that's something you'll notice with that accurate, like you have to typically do more brush strokes on it to get it to go where you want. But that's looking pretty good. Okay, so we got the tusks, we've got the ears, everything's looking solid, maybe a little bit of that elbow. And let's see what this tracker does. Track forward. Oh my gosh, it's so easy. So yeah, that's pretty amazing. It's getting a little funky here with this back leg. And again, I was expecting this to be a very difficult shot. So I think I could have cleaned that up if I just stopped the track there. But look, now it's gathering that back leg. Wow, yeah. This is doing a much better job than I was expecting it to. Okay, interesting. We've got the tail popping up behind it. We'll see if it can gather that as well. And you know what? I should get my Pro mouse. Do I got that? So now I should be able to see if I can pop this in. Switch over to the proper computer there. There we go. Now I can zoom in. That's that elephant in the room. That's what Richard's saying. Yep. I need to get that chat to move out of the way here and scale it up a bit. Let's do that. That's the elephant in the room. Okay, so there it is. We've got the elephant in the room, and that is amazing. It gathered, you'll see the tail back here too. Don't ask again. So, yeah, we've got the tail back there. We've got the tusks. It did a really shockingly good job. And so we can change that over to masked video, and we are set there. Of course, we could go in and dial in the smoothness and shrink and expand it. So we've just got a clean roto on this very complex object with tusks and legs and tails. So, I mean, right there, that's the power. Here, I'll drop in a backdrop so you can see it clearly. That's the power of mRotoAI right there. It's just, this is what I saw and was like, okay, I should get a subscription because I do stuff like this a lot. But consider, is this something you do a lot? Do you cut out people very often? If you don't subscribe. If you're not tracking surfaces very often, don't subscribe. Or you can go with DaVinci Resolve. I mean, DaVinci Resolve's $300 one time, and you've got the Magic Mask, which I'll get into here in just a bit. But that is, another viable option to consider. So I love staying inside of Final Cut Pro. In my instance, you just have to decide, is the subscription cost worth staying in Final Cut Pro? All right. Taylor Bates is saying he came to see mRoto, but I'm staying for the elephant anatomy lesson. So that is a look super rough of mRotoAI, and of course Cine Studio comes with more stuff. And again, this isn't trying to sell you on mRotoAI. This is to help inform you to decide, is it for you specifically, for your use case? Is it that subscription cost worth it? Because that's the big hang-up point for people. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's open up After Effects. I think that's the first one I want to try out here. Maybe I should have opened the beta here. Let me force quit that and open the beta, because I think that's the one that has Rotobrush 3.0. So, Future Mind Music, that was mRotoAI inside of Final Cut Pro. And actually, that reminded me, I wanted to take a quick look at Keeper and at the scene removal mask that's directly inside of Final Cut Pro, because I love Keeper. I use Keeper all the time. It's probably the very fastest way to cut out a person, and I think I'm going to continue to use Keeper even with mRotoAI out, because it's very good at cutting people out quickly in most circumstances. However, you'll see, I did try Keeper. Let's see, that's popping up. So Keeper is great at cutting out people, except for when they don't really look like people. So in this shot, which I've used Keeper on before, it's not super great. You'll see how much flickering is going on here as I play it. So we'll play, you'll see all that flickering happening. And I don't have a ton of controls. So this would be good if I wanted to throw text in specifically behind her, then it would probably be pretty solid. But we have all this flickering going on down here at the ground. There's spots appearing here in the middle. So this is to showcase some of the weaknesses of Keeper, as in it's not perfect for every shot, and you can't select specifically what you want to cut out. So it's very good at cutting out people when it can see the face, but it's not always perfect from behind or from a weird angle when they're small on the screen. So that's where mRotoAI is much more powerful. mRotoAI comes at the cost, though, of more performance. It comes at the cost of having to select what you want to cut out. So those are the drawbacks there. Additionally, we have the scene removal mask. Now, the scene removal mask in Final Cut Pro, I'm pretty disappointed in. So here it is, scene removal mask. I mean, I don't know what to tell you guys. That's what it is. With the scene removal mask, you of course have to think ahead of time how you're going to use it. So you have to take a frame that doesn't have anybody in it, and you have to leave it on a tripod, and then you can use the scene removal mask. If you don't do that, it's garbage. I mean, that's the scene removal mask. So those are kind of your options for Final Cut Pro. Although I did just hear about Core Melt, they have Anvil something, and I think that's a $200 one-time purchase. I'm not sure if it does full rotoscoping like this. I just heard about it yesterday, so might be worth checking out. I have not used it. I can't say how good it is, but it is an option to check out. So, okay, now I'm done with Final Cut Pro. Let's go ahead and hide Final Cut, and we'll open up After Effects, and oh man, this is not looking how it's just showing me the render queue. What happened to all my stuff? This is where this shows that I don't use After Effects very often. Oh, I think I opened up the render engine or something. There we go. Okay, so we've got a new project. Let's go ahead. We'll create composition from footage, I guess. And we could select, let's start off with the buildings. And I'll make this full screen. So here we are in After Effects, and I'm going to change this over to full quality. Let's see. It's still dropping in resolution as I scroll through. So I'm sure there's After Effects masters that are laughing at however I use this. I am not an expert in After Effects. I use it here and there, and it's great when I need it, but it usually takes me a while to figure out what I'm doing. So we'll go ahead, grab the Rotobrush tool, and I'm just going to select these two buildings here. So I believe you have to double click, and that gives you your Rotobrush tool, and I just accidentally deleted everything because the keyboard shortcuts are different. So we'll go ahead and draw over these buildings just like we did. And again, you'll see that this is very similar to mRotoAI. They just chose an uglier green. So we've got that going. The green does stand out better. And that selected way more. I didn't want to get these buildings in the back, right? So let's go ahead and push Option. And oh man, my Pro Mouse is drawing. Let me change that. Because I don't want to drawing. Turn off drawing. There we go. Option, click, and we'll just go ahead and paint that out. Just like so. Oh, I do want that building. And I'm trying to present these tools in the best that they can. I'm not trying to make one look worse than the other or anything. I am surprised that After Effects selected all these background buildings. Okay, so we've got a better selection on what we want here. We'll go ahead and clean that up. Looks like the bottom's good. So that's looking pretty decent. Let's go ahead and grab this. Pretty good. Okay. So, and one benefit that After Effects has over mRotoAI is all of the additional options we have here on the left side. Right, we have like shifting edge, reduce chatter, we can do motion blur, decontaminate, edge colors, all that stuff that's very important for a VFX workflow. So those are extremely nice to have when you know how to use them, unlike me. and it looks like we can get into propagation, which I don't even fully understand what that does. But if you really need to fine tune these tools, I think in general you might be able to get a better selection than mRotoAI, just simply due to the fact that it gives you those additional options. I wouldn't be surprised if Motion VFX adds in stuff like this in the future. Again, mRotoAI is version 1.0 right now, right? So that stuff might be coming. But let's go ahead and we'll track this and see how we're going. So I think with After Effects, I'll go ahead and push play, and I think it tracks it, right? Is it going to do it? Hello? Ref. Oh, whoa, what is happening here? Oh my gosh. Okay, what is happening? I did something wrong. Raf, you're a legend in After Effects. Do you know what I did wrong here? Okay, I this is the beta version. Let's go back to 2.0. Let's see if that's better. Let's see. I've never seen Rotobrush perform like that, so I think I did something wrong. Okay, here's 2.0. 2.0, I believe, is slower than 3.0. It's doing an alright job, but it's a lot slower, and man, look at these edges are rough. So I'm I'm not trying to make Rotobrush look bad. I haven't ever seen it perform this poorly. Of course, when I'm live streaming, that's when it does it. But the edge has got a ton of chatter. It's a lot slower, and I had to go back to version 2.0 because I was on the beta 3.0, and it freaked out, which I've never seen before. So if I switch this over to 3.0, the quality is best. That is weird. I've never seen that before. This is a bad example of Rotobrush in After Effects. Let's see if we can do a new one that's not quite so bad. Let's select a file. Let's try the elephant. Let's just do it. We'll go all out, right? Okay, so we got the elephant. This is very strange. Okay, we'll grab Rotobrush, and I think we're good there. I don't want to do it for like the entire duration of this, so let's shorten this down because it's a long clip. And we can go ahead and double click on that. We'll go back to the first frame. Actually, we want to go to a frame that really showcases the entire thing. So like this. Paint that in. And I should have actually done this with mRotoAI, but I did not because I don't know why I didn't. I just didn't think about it. There we go. And I need to get to answering some comments here. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not really reading the comments. I'm just trying to demonstrate to you the differences here. What is going on? I gotta be doing something wrong. I've never seen Rotobrush act like this. I think, you know what it is? I think that Motion VFX probably hacked into After Effects' systems just before I went live, and they decided to take it down. No, no, I'm just kidding. But that does go to show how amazing mRotoAI is doing what it's doing, right? It's very accurate, even on a complex shape like this. My goodness, I am really having to clean up this rotoscoping. Let's see. Okay, so let's go ahead and track backwards. Oh man, I forgot how to track backwards in After Effects. I'm not trying to make this look bad. Raph, how do I track backwards? It's not, because I can't push space. I did not think about that being an issue. I mean, usually I go frame by frame. Oh man, I even selected that trunk there, which is not what I want. And here we go. Okay, there we go. Oh man, I screwed this up so bad. Maybe we just start from the beginning. I screwed it up so bad. Oh man, I'm sorry guys. I was hoping to give a fair demo. It might be worth watching somebody who's actually really good with Rotobrush, because I am not, as you can clearly see. I don't know how I get paid to do stuff like this, because usually it well, yeah, it goes about this bad, but nobody's watching, right? So okay, here we go. Let's try. Man, I have never seen its edges so poor. Is it the quality? Did I know the quality's full? That's so weird. Okay. Well, we'll play forward and just see. Okay, it's got a cleaner edge on that elephant now. That's looking smoother. So, okay, there we go. Let's see if I can read some Oh, try keeper on the elephant. That's a good idea, Raph. I should do that. I'll try that a little later. Open window tracker. This is what MN is saying. Let's see. Cedric seems to think that I'm making Final Cut look good on Mac versus third-party app on Mac, biased when app, OS, and hardware made by the same vendor. Could be so, you know. I promise you, I'm not trying to make Rotobrush look bad. I've never seen results this poor. I picked these shots at random, so I just grabbed them off of Envato Elements. The only app I've tried them in before this demonstration was in DaVinci Resolve, and that's just because I don't know how to use Magic Mask, so I had to learn. So I could be biased on it. Who knows? I'm really not trying. I was actually trying to make it look like, hey, you have options here. So there you go. It needs cleanup. It needs love in that roto thing. I think I need to adjust propagation settings or something, but. So we've done that. We've got that chopped out. Let's go ahead and back out here. And, you know, it's pretty good. I think that back leg needs some cleaning up. The edges need cleaning up. I also feel like I got to babysit it a lot more, right? So that's kind of my takeaways from this particular shot. I think there's circumstances where Rotobrush would probably work better than mRotoAI. But I think it does go to show just how much work the Motion VFX team did put into mRotoAI, making it so it's fast. It does a really good job, and yeah, that's that it is what it is. So let's go ahead and I'm gonna that's the After Effects side of things. I wish I had a better example to showcase the strengths of After Effects, but for some reason. I don't know if it's this beta version I'm working on or something, but the selections just are not going as well as they typically do for me. Now, granted, I'm usually, when I'm working in After Effects, it's a shot that I've considered beforehand. Okay, this is going to be rotoed out, and I usually shoot it for that specific use case. These shots were not designed to be cut out in any way. So you have to consider that, but that is what it is. After Effects, I was expecting more from you. I think it's user error. So, but yeah, that's After Effects. I do believe you can get After Effects for $21 a month standalone. So there is the $54.99 with Adobe for everything, and then I think it's $21 standalone for just After Effects. So you can consider that. Okay, this is the one I'm the most worried about because I learned this yesterday. So I watched Mr. Alex Tech, Patrick Sterling. Those guys are legends. I'm good friends with them. And learned how to use Magic Mask. I don't know how well this is going to go. Let's go ahead and start off with these buildings. I had relatively good results when I was trying to learn how to do this. So the workflow in Resolve, from what I can see, you get your footage down on the timeline, and then it's time to do your tracking. You can select your shot and then jump to the color panel, and you'll see all the different shots that I can work with in here. One thing I will say, Resolve, it's weird that your Magic Mask is only in the color panel. I think you should also have that in the Fusion panel, but it is what it is. Okay, so we've got Resolve. Whoever thought Resolve would be appearing here on the Final Cut Bro channel? And After Effects. Who would have thought? Okay, so I believe, let me find the button. Oh, I have the mask selection. So it's this guy here. Again, this is a one-time purchase, $300, and you get this for life. At least that's what Resolve says for now. So we've got that. My mouse is dying, so I'm gonna have to probably plug that in. But we've got an option here, one for a person mask and one for an object mask. And from what I've heard, the person mask works better for people, obviously. Let's select the object mask, and we'll just quickly click and drag. And it looks like the color's almost the same as mRotoAI's. So we've got these buildings here, and a better workflow would be for me to, go to the middle of the shot maybe, where we have all of the buildings presented that we want to cut out. But I'm just showing, how to do it poorly. Right now, it's just a big blue line. We can click on this button, I believe. There we go. And it'll show us what it's actually masking. So again, surprisingly, Resolve is picking the buildings in the back, and it didn't actually do that yesterday. So we can go through, we'll push Option to delete some of these backdrop buildings. And you'll see what's interesting with Resolve is it continues to make strokes. So if you create a stroke that you're like, oh shoot, I didn't like how that was, you can go down here and trash it. I'm going to make another stroke and get that building cleaned up. Maybe it is cleaned up and I'm just... oh, okay, yeah, it is cleaned up. It's just the color of the sun on it. Okay, so there is that going on. Let's go ahead and track forward. And I believe I just pushed this play button and it's tracking. And again, it's very fast. It's doing a much better job than Rotobrush did, which is saying something. Again, that was very interesting. We do have some weird artifacts popping up here on the edges. There, it's grabbing those back buildings. But you can go through, just like I did with mRotoAI, and you can clean up these tracks, right? So it's all of these are going to require some human intervention to get the best results. I'll go, hey, this looks terrible. Let's go ahead and delete that. And delete those buildings. We don't want those. So I got a bazillion strokes. Okay, so now we can track backwards a bit, I think. Maybe. I don't know. Let's see. I should have pushed this track forward backward button maybe. Well, this is where my expertise in DaVinci Resolve dissipates. Oh, it looks like it cleaned it up a bit. Let's see. Can I track backward now? I don't know. Somebody... Oh, okay. So you'll see how that's created this red section indicating it's not tracked there. Cool. So that's good to know. So we could go in, we could clean up these buildings and retrack forward to clean that up. Oh, and that's interesting. You can actually drag around these different markers. So yeah, you could go through and you could clean that up. But what I will say is the Magic Mask did a very great job just out the gate. And if I knew more about Resolve, I could go in. I think you can, go in and apply your effects. So I could just apply a Gaussian blur onto the, and now we've blurred out those buildings, right? So you can do stuff like that. You can also go in, put text behind it. I'm not an expert in Resolve, so I'm not going to do that. But that's a rough look at the Resolve version. Let's go ahead and let's try that elephant shot again. I accidentally left it too long, but that's okay. So let's go to the middle here. Maybe right in there. That's a good spot. And we can go ahead and draw. Just like so. This is probably my finest elephant drawing. Just like that. Beautiful. And we'll enable our mask. That's looking pretty solid. Yeah, that looks great actually. Does this button... Whoops, I'm pushing the wrong thing. I wonder if that tracks forward and backwards. And what I love about Resolve is that it tells me how fast in frames per second that it's tracking, which is nice to know. Let's see if I can read some of these. Let's see. Raph seems to think Motion VFX will offer a standalone option with 3 years of updates and a small upgrade to continue support after that. I think that's a really solid idea, Raph. I would love if they did that. So, okay, we went through and tracked this elephant. It looks like it lost the tusk right in here. I wish I knew better how to clean up the tracks. But what I will say is, like, it looks pretty dang solid. Is there a way for me to just change this to mask only mode? Maybe somebody knows. But there are all of these options too in the bottom. So you can, change your radius, consistency, blur radius, all of that stuff can be changed over here in Resolve. You can change your shapes, I guess. I'm not quite sure what that does. Your shrink mode, which is cool. I don't I don't know what that does, but it sounds cool. And you also have better quality options, which I should have checked beforehand. But let's see. What if I change that? I'll try that again. Exciting stuff. So this elephant shot is proving to be a good, I guess, a good idea of how well a tracker is working, I think. There we go. Let's try that again. And we'll track forward and backward. Tonella Kim is wondering what lens I usually use. So for my YouTube stuff, I'm usually on a 24mm f1.4. I like how it makes the background super blurry and cinematic. So that's what I like to use. But it's for every project it's different. So sometimes I need a zoom lens, sometimes I need a super wide. It's just different. Even shot to shot is different. So, but what I'm usually using for my own YouTube stuff is my f1.4 24 G Master lens. Let's see if I can go. Oh, I don't have a YouTube channel is asking, is there a one-time pay version for RotoAI? No, there is not. That is the big point of contention for people, is that there is no option. I personally think that that should be an option, even if it was a purchase once for this year, and then you get your updates for that year, and then the next year, if you want more updates, you pay again. I think that would be a better option, because people frequently realize, oh, I need to open a project 5 years down the road. I'm no longer subscribed to mRotoAI. Can I access those projects? That's something I haven't been able to test. I don't know. So I think it would be great to have the option to choose if you want to continue paying for updates. It's not perfect. Obviously, there's problems in both spots, but that would be my personal way to fix that issue. Okay, let's take a look. This is the high quality version, and it looks like it did a much better job on that tusk, except for this rock portion seems to throw it off. Can I zoom in here? So if you were a master of using Resolve, here we go. Let's go ahead and draw that tusk in there. You could probably fix this pretty easy. I am not a master of Resolve. I'm not the DaVinci Resolve bro yet. So, so anyway, that's pretty cool that you can do that. Hopefully that's giving you a good idea. I wish I knew how to hide the background. If somebody knows, I'm not paying as close attention to the comments as I want to, but KB Burnfield is saying they're not paying for a subscription to products I already own just to get mRoto. I agree. I think that super sucks. I think if they were to do that, they should have offered maybe more months so maybe 3 months per app rather than it just being 3 months across the board. I think I think there's a lot better ways, or just a permanent discount, something like that. I'm not Motion VFX. I don't understand any of their back-end business. I don't know how many staff they're paying or anything like that. There's clear reasons why they chose to do what they did. It sucks. Definitely, subscriptions suck. I do understand, though, the standpoint of it's really hard to continue updating a plugin without continual revenue coming in. So this does offer the opportunity for them to continue to build up these plugins, make them better and better. So I do see that standpoint. It's just all complicated. It's frustrating when money gets involved. I wish we could all just have the best tools and everybody still gets paid. And I wish there was an option for that. Unfortunately, that's not the world we live in. So, but I do get the frustration there, and I'm hoping Motion VFX can reconsider or come up with a better solution of some sort. Okay. Yeah, anyway, that's the elephant. The elephant looked great. Let's try this person. I think there's a person cutting out option here in Resolve. So we'll go to the person option. Let's choose better quality, and we'll just draw this on. As the great artist that I am, this would actually be kind of nice on the iPad, I feel like, using a pencil. Let's try that. And I always forget to activate the mask. There it is. Okay, we got the mask. Edges are looking a little bit thicker than I would think, but we're in the person mode. We could adjust the radius and stuff, so maybe I'll shrink that down a bit. consistency, bring that up. I don't know what most of these options are doing. Denoising, we can bring that up. That's cool. Let's go ahead and track that forward. Hey Dom, thank you for stopping by. I'm glad you liked the channel. Raf is saying, another question for Motion VFX. If I already have mTracker 3D, then sign up for Cine Studio, then don't renew. Do I lose mTracker 3D as well? I have a strong feeling that's not the case, Raf, but I don't know. I did send a few questions. Man, what is going on with this track? I don't know what's going on. I don't think it's supposed to do that. Maybe person mode's not the way to go here. I'm probably using it wrong. Anna is saying you will not lose your purchases. So that sounds correct. I don't that like I feel like that's almost illegal, right? Because you kind of sign a contract when you purchase something, and just to be like, nope, you don't have it anymore. I don't know if it's illegal, but it sounds illegal. And I know people think that Motion VFX are greedy right now and just want money. Again, there's a lot of reasons why they have to choose a subscription option, and I was not in the meeting rooms behind all that and stuff. But I do know that they actually, truly, legitimately care about their customer base, and I think they're going to do their very best to make this as smooth as possible. I have full confidence in them. They've proven to be a really solid company in the past, and I don't think they're ever going to try and screw over the user base, because they know that, I mean, that's how they survive. They have happy customers. They're going to continue to grow as a company. So I don't think they're just trying to get the bag and run, but it's a very, very difficult situation to figure out what's the middle ground where they can meet. I would personally, this is just me, and I would be willing to pay a lot more for a one-time purchase of this, 5 years worth all at once or something. That's me. Nobody can afford that really, but like as a business, I could say, okay, I'll drop $2,000 on this plugin because I'm going to use this plugin for the next 10, 15, 20 years, right? But yeah, it's all hard. I don't know the solution. So this is the person track. I don't know what I did. I don't know what the person tracking does. Because it looks like it just created these legs popping off the back. I don't know what that is. I don't know. It's great. Okay. I think object tracking is our best bet here. Let's go here. Yeah. I don't know what that was. I am not the spokesperson for DaVinci Resolve. I wish Mr. Alex Tech or Patrick Sterling or somebody was here. They'd probably be cracking up. Let's go ahead and track forward object mode. This is object mode. Hey, that's looking clean. It's getting that water bottle. Ooh, this is looking really good. So I don't know what the deal was with that. It's even getting the handle of that backpack. That was nice. Let's see if I can. I'll shift this to a blue color so you can really see. Oh, Loe is saying in DaVinci activate alpha channel by right click on the node canvas. Okay, let's try that. Maybe once it's done tracking. Is it? Let's see. Channels. Ooh, can we do that? Oh, that's color space channels. I don't know which button to push. Let's try channel 3. What does that do? I deactivated it. I'm so new to Resolve. This is hilarious. I need to make a video where I try and edit a whole video in just Resolve, just for fun. But let's see. Dom, yep, you're right. You own 80 Motion VFX plugins. This subscription makes no sense for longtime clients, unfortunately. Yep, I wish I had the ultimate answer for you. And I'm not a spokesperson for Motion VFX, clearly. But yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if they stepped up to bat and they made it right somehow. But yeah, I don't have the answer for that. Okay, whatever I'm doing is wrong. Okay, let's see here. I don't know how to disable the background. What I can do is push the colors of this to the red. Or we can go. I can push these colors. Look at my color grading skills, guys. This is why they have me working in Resolve. Okay, so this is looking pretty cool. It looks like it gets a little bit messy here, just a tiny bit, but it's a clean roto. And it looks like it's doing a great job on that hair, which is exceptionally hard. So I wish I should have figured this out yesterday. Let's see here. I don't know how to remove that. It's just add matte. Let's just try add matte. Oh, nope. That's not what I wanted. That was not what I wanted. Well, I'm sorry, guys. I'm a disappointment to the entire Resolve community if I don't know how to remove the background. But I do know how to add some sick effects. Look at this. We can drop in the zoom blur. Nope, maybe I don't. It's gone. Why isn't it doing it now? I don't know. Did I delete the track? I think I deleted the track. Oh, I need to redo the track. There we go. There we go. Well, that's that's the best it's gonna get for Resolve. So okay, let's go ahead. That I wanted to quickly try Keeper on the elephant clip, like Raphael suggested earlier. And thank you everybody for stopping by. This is a fun stream, and I know it's kind of awkward with the whole subscription thing. So I'm glad we're able to have some fun here. Okay. Let's go ahead and take a look at Keeper for this elephant clip. I don't know how this is going to work, but we'll try it. So we'll drop Keeper on, and Keeper is not finding the elephant, unfortunately. So Keeper is really great at people, and that's what I was expecting. Keeper is designed specifically for people, so it doesn't look like it's going to work on that elephant clip at all. We could also try Scene Removal Mask and just see. I just don't think it's going to work, but... Hey, Scene Removal Mask coming in clutch. Look at these stellar results. Stellar. So yeah, that's kind of your options for Final Cut. Again, I'm very impressed with mRotoAI. So I'm gonna switch this over. Actually, I might go Q&A mode, and I can pop up comments next to me. Let's see. Scrolling down. They just need an option for folks that already own some or all of the components. Yeah, KP Burnfield, I think that's a great idea. I hope, I don't know if they're gonna watch this stream. They didn't really know this stream was going on. They're probably, I don't know what time it is over in Poland. I think they're asleep right now. But hopefully they watch this stream. They can get some ideas, some feedback from everybody. This I see. I wish I had seen this comment. Right click in the space and add an alpha output. Okay, that makes sense. Add like an actual node. Noob coming in at DaVinci Resolve. But I was just curious to see how well it cut out a subject, how well it tracked with the edge, and I would say it's equal to mRotoAI. Again, I was very surprised at Rotobrush's lack of performance because I've only had good results with that in the past, just results that blew me away. And for some reason today, it just wasn't, and I don't know if it's because I'm in the beta version or not. Let's see. Austin Brooks is saying, if they release just Roto and Surface for the monthly fee without the other plugin included, I bet there not be as many unhappy people because the monthly is in line with competitors like Mocha. Austin, I think you're right. I think just a singular, like if they did do a subscription option, but they're saying, okay, it's just specifically for mRotoAI or just for mTracker Surface. I agree that would probably be more well received. Yeah, I think you're right. Tangier says he loves my humility. I hope I'm humble. I don't know. I don't always feel like. Sometimes I feel like I'm a little too full of myself. I mean, I got my face as my background, and I've got mugs with my face on it. I don't have it here, but so I don't know. Richard is saying, starting to think it might be worth looking at Resolve. Yeah, Resolve's exceptional. I actually really like Resolve, and I've used it, obviously not so much for VFX work and stuff, but I've used it for chopping up conferences that I film at. They all work on Resolve, and so we all get together and cut on it, and I found that I really like a lot of aspects of it. There are things that take more clicks than what I'm used to with Final Cut, and I'm just trying to constantly optimize and get it down to as few clicks as possible. But the things that are there in Resolve, it's very fast. It feels great. The big thing that I don't like about Resolve is how intimidating the interface is up front. So you open it and there are 5 billion buttons right there in your face. And that's what I love about Final Cut Pro, is that it's the simplified interface. You can do so much with it, but when you first start out, you open it and it's, that stuff it's hidden away, or, it's an easy click, but it's just very clean, minimalist. And so it's very easy to start editing from a beginner's perspective. And then as a professional, when you do need those tools, you can find them easily. It's just that they aren't all in your face at the same time. So I think it would be really cool if Resolve had a beginner's option, right? So when you open Resolve, it doesn't have every feature up front. They're all there, but then you can activate the advanced mode or something when you need it. I think something like that would be really cool. A one-to-one magnetic timeline would be the nail in the coffin, I think, for a lot of people. But yeah, that's, Resolve is really powerful. And Premiere right now is taking huge steps to enhance speed and stability. And I think that's going to go a long way too. There's a lot of people that might start considering Premiere again because After Effects has the Rotobrush and stuff. Again, this was not a good showcase of Rotobrush, but yeah, I guess the point I'm trying to make is that we have so many options as creators to choose which editing software is for us. We can use CapCut, which is free, or you can use Final Cut Pro on the iPad or DaVinci on the iPad. We have Adobe After Effects, we've got Premiere, we've got Final Cut Pro. We've got so many options, and they're all good. They're all great pieces of software, and it needs to stop being a decision of like, what's the best software, and much more about what's the software that inspires you to continue to create and make better videos and tell better stories. And if that software can help you do it faster, that's awesome. But if you're just not feeling inspired in the software that you're working in, and it's funny to think that software can be a big component of that. But if you're not like truly excited and inspired to edit your footage, then try a different software. I mean, you might be amazed at what a different piece of software can do to open up creative possibilities and ideas and concepts. So for me personally, Final Cut Pro is that software that inspires me to create. I get excited. I've been editing for 17 years now, and I'm still excited to edit. I think mostly because of the fact that I'm in Final Cut Pro, and it's that creative software for me. So I don't know. That's a really long rant. Let me look at some of these other comments here. Let's see. Oh, Raph says Resolve is frustratingly fantastic. I agree. Anna says, don't forget to reach out to customer support for special offer for our existing customers. So Anna, maybe you might work over at Motion VFX, huh? Thanks for stopping by. Let's see. I love Resolve, but always prefer rolls over tracks. Not a fan of track-based NLEs anymore. Tangier, I'm so with you. I love a roll-based editor. I love not having specific lanes. That's my favorite way to edit. So I'm right there with you. And I think that's part of what gets me inspired with Final Cut Pro. let's see. Okay. Anna's saying, by the way, Mocha is $24 a month only for planar and surface tracker without other plugins like mFlare, elbow cough. So there you go. Let's see. Dave is saying, I've purchased many motion VFX plugins and never needed support. I also don't want 3 free months to pay for plugins that they should offer for purchase anyway. Totally upset with motion VFX. Dave, I hear ya. I hear ya. Let's see. Tangier says, FCP remains the most liberating for me. Right there with you. Let's see. Raphael. Oh, yeah. Anna's saying to Raphael to reach out to support and just ask. So for those of you that are struggling, maybe reach out to Motion VFX. It sounds like we've got some insider information that they'll meet you where you're at. Let's see. KS November says, I just got here and I don't know if DaVinci Resolve's masking method costs money. If not, I'd rather go back and forth between Final Cut Pro and DaVinci while editing projects. So Resolve's Magic Mask is only included in DaVinci Resolve Studio, which is $300 as a one-time purchase. So it does cost money, but you do have that option of always having it, and you could very easily do exactly what you're saying. You could jump back and forth. The reason why I love mRotoAI specifically is because I can stay inside of Final Cut Pro and stay locked in. I get distracted, man. I get so distracted. If I have to open up another app, hours are going to go by because you know what happens? I go from Final Cut Pro, and then as I'm moving the mouse, it's like it magnetically gets attracted down to Safari. And then I open Safari, and I magnetically get attracted to YouTube, and it just happens. I don't know what it is, and I lose hours of time because I hop on YouTube, I jump in my analytics, which don't change if you keep reading the analytics, but for some reason I just have to look. And man, if I can stay locked into Final Cut Pro, I get so much more done. And so mRotoAI, for me personally, my workflow, I'm different from everybody else, okay? So you have to decide for yourself. mRotoAI, to me, is worth every single penny, and even more in my specific example. But I fully hear everybody's, frustrations. So, and I'm not Motion VFX. I can't change anything. So the best way is to reach out to their support, like Anna said. Taylor Bates is asking, when is the upcoming conference that I'm talking at? So that is November 6th, 7th, and 8th. That is going to be near San Francisco, and it's we're going to be going to the Apple campus, which will be super fun, and it's at a hotel right there. Anyway, that's an FMC conference, and I'll be talking. It sounds boring, but it's going to be a great talk. I'm going to be showcasing why multicam specifically are the most powerful tool in Final Cut Pro, or at least to me. I love multicam, so I'm going to be talking about that. And I forgot to mention this in the last live stream I did, I'm going to be presenting some Final Cut Pro tips on the iPad. So if you have the iPad, you might want to consider hopping on over there. That'd be super fun. I'm not sure. I don't think it's live streamed. I think it's in person only. But I wish I had a link to that. I don't know. Maybe I can find a link real quick. Watch, I'm going to get distracted here. Let's go FMC conference, FCP. We'll Google this right now. FCP Creative Summit. Boom. We're hacking into the mainframe. Copy, and I'm going to paste this. Boom. There's a link to the Creative Summit. If you are able to join, that would just be the best. I would love that. That would be so incredible if I could meet some of you guys in person. I fully understand there's travel. It's expensive to travel and hotels and all that stuff. But if you are, in the area and you're able to attend or something like that, that would be so cool. I will say for my patrons, I'm going to actually be giving those same sessions live to my patrons to hopefully get a little practice before I go do it before a live audience, which I'm so crazy nervous about. It's ridiculous. I keep waking up at night just like, oh my gosh, have to talk in front of people because I'm really used to hiding behind a camera lens. So, so I'm nervous, but it's going to be a lot of fun. So if you're a patron, you'll get those same sessions. I'm not sure if I'm able to post the recorded session after. If I can, I might do that on the channel. I'm not sure. But yeah, I will be giving those live to my patrons. If you're interested, there's a link down below, $4 a month. If you're interested, and I put out a bunch of plugin downloads and stuff like that. Let's see. Raf says, to be clear, I think the plugins mRotoAI and mTracker Service are worth the price subscription I pay for Adobe CC, for Max on One and others. The money they help me make is fraction of the cost. Yep, I agree. And you know what? If you're getting a subscription, put it in your billing, like bill your clients, and don't put the cost on yourself. Make your clients pay that. So I think that's why subscriptions don't bother me as much, because I usually include it in the price of whatever I'm billing to people. So don't be afraid to do that, because those tools are going to save you hours and hours and hours. And if you had to do those hours, you would have to charge your clients more because you're spending more time. So you're actually saving your client money if you add in that fee for those subscriptions. So anyway, let's see. I'm Shreejith? I don't know how to say your name. I'm sorry. I hope you're doing well. I've been a dedicated follower of your YouTube tutorials, particularly your Final Cut Pro content. Your guidance has been a game changer in my editing journey. Hey, I am so glad. Thank you for stopping by this live stream. This is super fun. Glad I get to actually interact with you guys in person. Taylor Bates says, I see why most Final Cut Pro users are bothered by the subscription model, but just remember that Motion VFX just released this new software. More than likely, they will modify their purchase options soon. I wouldn't be surprised. I think you're right. I think they also need to just kind of feel the room, figure out what's a good option, what's going to make everybody happy across the board, because they've got bills to pay, but they also want to release these amazing tools to make us better creators. Yep, Raf, you are so right. Work less, make more. Don't bill hourly, bill per project. So anyway, it is 11 o'clock. My voice is starting to go from talking, but I'm going to jump over to the main face cam. But I am so grateful that you guys were able to stop by and hang out for this live stream. Super fun. Definitely got to do more. I'm sorry that I did such a bad representation specifically for After Effects. I think I did something wrong. I don't know what I did wrong. But there's free trials for mRotoAI. There's 14 days, so you can try it for yourself and decide, is it going to help you specifically? Because my workflow is different than everybody else's workflow. So this is on a per person, each person has to decide for themselves. There's also free trials for After Effects. So if you are needing these tools and you want to see how After Effects works for you, then you could go try that out. And then, of course, DaVinci Resolve is free except for the studio version, $300. I don't think there's a trial of the studio version. I could be wrong on that. But there's so many features with Resolve that are free that it's crazy. And then the Magic Mask, you have to pay $300 for that. So anyway, thank you everybody for stopping by. This was a ton of fun, and I hope you have the very best of days, and hopefully we can all just keep on keeping on. So anyway, I'm gonna hang up here. I guess I'm treating this like a phone call, like, no, you hang up, no, you hang up. But thank you again for supporting the channel, for not getting too mad at me for posting videos about mRotoAI, because I think it's an amazing tool. And yeah, I hope to see you all on the flippity flop.